What's up, family? I want to show you 3 trading setups that are going to help you so much when it comes to trading smart money. I use them on a daily basis. I did actually use them yesterday, and I will also show you the proof of trades. Even through our signal group, I did send them the exact trades that I took. So we're going to start, as you can see, with DEX over here. I did trade DEX, I did trade US30, and I did trade NASDAQ. And I want to show you exactly how I actually took that. So let's go ahead. Where's my mouse? There we go. Okay, so this was the trade over here, this part here. Okay, so I traded this whole move yesterday, and I want to really show you, in fact, how I actually was able to predict that. Okay, I did close my profits. I will show you where I actually took my profits, but let's go ahead. Okay, so when in fact it already played out, so I just want to show you. This is where you target liquidity sweeps, and you enter after a liquidity sweep. So what do I mean by that? As you can see here, we do have a market here. We do have equal highs, as you can see. Beautiful equal highs. Okay, and I'm just gonna mark them there as liquidity. Okay, so as we can have those equal highs, when DEX went up and bought, I knew it was not buying all the way because this is already steep, as you can see. So there was a level of steepness that it was not gonna push all the way up. So I therefore knew it was just using that as a front for retail traders to think the market is buying. So what ends up happening is that we have a lot of buyers over here, and the market suddenly sells, creates what we call an order block. So the market might actually come back into this later on. So as it was selling with this candle, I knew for sure that we are now, smart money is in. We are going to be now selling. So I just took the sell with this confluence, and you can take it every time the market takes liquidity. You can take advantage of that. So as you can see, I don't have my keyboard, guys, to make this straight today. I still need to go buy the batteries, right? But as you can see, we have equal highs here. The market took that liquidity, and we can see it started selling. So this is exactly where I started entering my trades, and the market went all the way down. Okay, so let me show you exactly where I took my trades. There we go. Okay, so I started taking my trades here when I saw that the market actually just spiked into this order block. So I took my trades and I placed my stop loss right above this that weak candle there. Okay, forgive me, guys, if it looks a bit crooked. I just needed to do this video as fast as I can in order to show you. This is where I took my profits. So exactly here, this is where I took my profits, and this was the beautiful trade that I took for DEX. Okay, so you can use this every time, especially for DEX in the mornings. It likes to really take liquidity. Even right here, as you can see, it did take this highs. So after taking those highs, so it's the very same thing that it did. After taking highs, it drops. Okay, as you can see, equal highs. It took those highs with this weak candle, and the market dropped. I'm not sure who's calling me. Okay, and the market, of course, it just dropped right away. So you can see this pattern every time. Even when it comes to buys for DEX, we will see this as well taking place. We have equal lows over here. The market takes that as our liquidity, so it takes it and rallies all the way up. Okay, now let's go into US30. It's been a long time not trading US30, but it was actually hands up from a good mate of mine who's saying US30, I see this, and I was able to also call it out here because he was seeing it on a fair value gap. But there's a good strategy that I want to show you, a good setup that you can look forward to every time that you trade. Very easy, right? If you have traded break and retest, I've done it on this channel many times previously, like last year and years before. I've taught that, and you would realize there's a missing piece to every break and retest entry, right? That you don't actually get perfect entries. But now I got the solution. Every time there's a fair value gap, you must look to towards your left. You should see that there will be a lower low or the previous higher high, in that case, whichever trend that you're trading, right? In this case, it was a bearish trend. As you can see, this was US30, and this was the trade that I took over here, right? So we had this fair value gap. Okay, let me just do it here. So we had the market giving us a fair value gap right here. And to add on to the confluence of a fair value gap, we had the market also, it was a lower low in this regard here. So this was a order breaker. So in smart money, we call it breaker or order breaker. So this was the breaker that we had. So in retail's way, this is actually where the market has created a lower low, it breaks it, comes back to retest. So this can be a very good confluence if you trade or break and retest, right? Is that you look for any time there's a fair value gap and you look towards and there's your lower low, you're gonna take that trade exactly in that zone, right? As you can see, it came back to that candle. So you basically mark the last candle there. And as you mark it, the market, this is what it did. It dropped all the way, brothers. It dropped all the way beautifully here. Look at that. So this was the move that I actually caught, and you can catch it. This is not showing off rather. You can also catch it. The Signal Group did catch it. So if you cannot trade on your own, or you don't have a lot of time on your hands, we do trade with you. So by sending signals, 1 month signals only, right? They're not for free, by the way, so you do have to pay a bit of a premium there, but it's gonna be worth it. Okay, then I took a trade on Nasdaq. So I just want to go to Nasdaq here, and this thing is actually shielding my view. Do I have some? There we go. So when it came to trading Nasdaq, it was a bit of a lot of analysis here in this regard. Let me just show you guys. So there was a lot of technical work here that was done, smart money work. Smart money is technical because we're doing chart work. So there was a lot of things, but I just want to also show you again this setup. I really want to show you the setup beautifully here. Again, there's a fair value gap here that we can see, and that's actually where the market was mitigated, right, for this sales. And I took 1:2, almost to 3. But again, I just want to show you there was a lower low right here in the market again. So if we go all the way, stretch it to the left, we had a lower low where we had our change of character that broke over there. That was a confluence to here. In fact, even right here when the market sold and we go all the way here, we can clearly see that it was actually responsible for the sell that was taking place, where I just labeled rejection order block. So there was also another beautiful entry format that I use, rejection order block. So I take the rejection of a candle and I just stretch it across, and when the market pulls back into it, that is how I actually took this trade. So as you can see, this was a very beautiful trade that we actually took. I just hope that you learned a lot from this. Simple entry techniques. Look for liquidity. That's one of the ways. When the market sweeps liquidity, it's definitely about to sell. Number 2, you can look for fair value gaps and breakers in line with break and retest, right? And that can be a very good entry opportunity. Yeah, so those 3 things. Also here, as you can see, there's a lot of chart work. I have taught this out, so I don't want to repeat again, but as you can see, fair value gap alongside with a lower low can really work with you. I just hope that this video has blessed you. I try to give you this knowledge as fast as I can, but I believe that it has blessed you. Please let me know in the comment section when you back test this and forward test this. I believe it's really gonna be a good setups that you can look for in the markets.